a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a chance, with a chance. When your broom smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. When the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a chance, with a chance. When your broom smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. Mystic sister and you got through puberty. You think you might be pagan and you want community. You meet a sex magician who tells you how it will be, and he claims that the door is locked and he only has the key. He claims that he's an elder but he's only 33. He's got merry meat, he merry pot your legs to blessed be. He says you best get used to it, it's part of our religion. You think he might be full of shit but you're a trusting pigeon. He brings you to a circle and the priest gives you a shove-in. Says we like polyamory and lots of carnal loving. So if you fuck my friends and me, we'll let you in our coven. And if you want a family, we'll put one in your oven. Which war? Twitch law? Which war? Bitch saw? Which war? Bitch war? Is he a lady conqueror or just a soldier in a witch war? You think we get enough grief from Christian right-wing preachers? We shouldn't have to bite each other like some feral creatures. I hear there's trouble brewing with the Voodons and the Wiccans. They're sacrificing values instead of little chickens. And some folks scam the new age kids because they're easy pickings. A bunch of pagan characters right out of Charles Dickens. I thought being pagan meant we all should get along, and that every path has value and there is no right or wrong. But every time there's power, there are always those who grab it. Someone comes along and takes a whack at Lord Cabot. Some other fool shoots back like Elmer Fudd out hunting wabbits. They end up coming off like Lou Costello and Bud Abbott. Which war? Kitch score? Which war? Niche de jour? Which war? Switch war? You know I ain't no carnivore, I ain't got stomach for a witch war. I know a couple women who were married to each other, and they were polyamorous, and soon they found another. And then a jealous friend of the third woman's exes started raising bad juju and casting nasty hexes. So everyone found out just what power over sex is, ripping at each other like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. So free from harm, must only be the law. And if you've got a problem with that sticking in your craw, then maybe you're a power monger trying hard to squeeze us. And you will not be welcome here until your witch war ceases. And everybody must be free to do as he, she pleases, no matter if they follow Satan, Buddha, Bob, or Jesus. Witch war, rich war, witch war, snitch war, witch war, bitch war. Try to make life a chore, try to draft us in a witch war. Witch war, are you a big predator? Witch war, tell me what's it all for? Witch war, hey, who's minding the store? I can't take it anymore, better quit it with your witch war.
As I walk along this road, paved with human kindness, I can never forget the price you've paid. I'm an actor on a roll, an artificial virus. I'm your daddy, I'm your disgrace. I say, kid, just move along. We don't want it, don't need it. Your politics just breed despair. I salute an empty flag of ancient tribalism, and trust me, nobody cares. For I am your candidate. I am bloody lips and makeup. I'm your caliphate. Opioids and mutilation. A celebrity, and my name is competition. I've come to bear your pain, and I can make it go away. I'll make it go away. I'll make it go away. Believers, dupes, and clowns, I want you all to gather round to glorify ignorance and fear. I dispense misinformation to a post-truth generation. My darlings, don't shed a tear, for I am your candidate. I am body, lips, and makeup. I'm your caliphate. Opioids and revelation. And hermaphrodite in restrooms and service stations. I truly feel your pain, and I can make it go away. I'll make it go away. I'll make it go away.
From the cradle bars comes a beckoning voice that sends you spinning. You have no choice. You hear laughter cracking through the walls, it sends you spinning. You have no choice. You hear laughter.
raised where the face is a pasty. In a place where your race is the best cheek. Got his first taste believing he greatly, but was laced out the gate with the best lead. Daddy Fred put hella millions on his head start after getting pinched at a Klan march. Just the average, pro-white simpleton, fuckboy birthright made out of privilege. Baby man hand, bitch. Baby man hands with the griff. Baby man hands with the band on the muzzle end. Baby man hands taking parents from kids. Come again, come again, come again. Bane other Dems and Republicans. Blame on the TV president. Fame got the little man lusting for some. Make America great. But when was America great? When was America safe? Especially if your face is a different shade. Man, fuck what they saying. Look.
Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands.
How that cold working out for you? How that farming you know working out for you? How them terrorists feel making real terrorists? Blue-eyed school shooting white boys having fits. More government bailouts for the people who say get the hell out. For the people who claim they've had it but meet the new welfare queen heroin addicts. Skinned in a motherfucker. Still horny for Stormy but can't cuff her. Still cuffed by Vladimir, that is clear. Still got eyes for his daughter but can't fuck her. Call Trump University, cause this fake shit brings out the worst in me. Fake news, fake views, fake telecasts, fed to the fake by the fake, full of fake facts. Fuck y'all with Kelly and Dick, and start picking truth over fake shit. Start realizing you made this dimwit, racist, rapist president. Come again with a true story. Grab him by the pussy and go for it. Grab him by the Fox Newscast whore. Do what you want, there will be no arrest warrant. Cause he here for the take with hotels, vodka and steaks. Sucking off the EPA while the whole planet get fried. Realize that it's fine people on both sides. And I'm fresh out of tears, fresh out of fucks I can give. Fresh out of love, long as police shooting at kids. Fresh out, get the fuck out of here, baby man hands.
Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands.
Okay.
Baby man hands, baby man hands.
That's right.
Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands.
There you go.
Baby man hands, baby man hands.
Wipe his nose.
Baby man hands, baby man hands. Baby man hands, baby man hands. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little L's. Tell us his mental capacity failed. Tell us he's mental and gone off the rails. Maybe y'all call Kavanaugh for some help.
Bone spurs, deferred. Still talks tough but ain't served. Still struck a nerve when the word got out about crowd size. So we brought up Hillary and Barack's lies. Can't fuck with the we stuck with the no luck with the can't understand why they still can't get a raise. Hard knock life when the stock price still raised. But America is great. For some it ain't up for debate. And some eat lobster and steak. And some just pray. And some can't wait for the change.
Paris on Widdershins Radio.
Widdershins.
What do we hear? Susie and the Banshees. I think there's some Bad Religion in there. And the Derek Halmore Orchestra opened up with not only the Widdershins song, but Witch Wars.
Yes.
A cover
much
of
better
Witch Wars.
version.
Much better than the original, I think. Most people never heard the original, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get a hit.
Yeah.
And shit.
And we're just watching election stuff day in and day out, motherfuckers.
I thought we were going to be done by Thursday.
I mean,
right after the show.
Technically, we're done.
Week.
As far as the result goes, yeah, we're done. No, well, we're done. It's going to end up going the way it should.
Except the Teflon Hitler trying to have his coup,
there's a lot of, they're throwing monkey wrenches in there. And, eventually we'll get past it because they don't have anything. But it's just a pain in the ass. I feel really bad for the voters in Georgia and wherever else they're going to do a recount because they have to do a hand recount of millions and millions and millions of votes. And the people who analyze this kind of thing and election after election, they're like, he's ahead, Biden's ahead by way too much for a recount to even matter. He said, you might find maybe 100 or 200 votes, if even that could go in either direction, actually, not only, in Trump's direction, but either way. But, if he's up by... the lowest margin is, I think it's still Georgia with 13,000 votes. I know he is slowly but steadily going down in Arizona. I'm not sure what the what the difference is. But regardless, he doesn't need either of those. Like even like, you know, best case scenario, you can give him Arizona. That's pretty much. North Carolina. I'm sure they're already going to call that for him. And they finally called Alaska this morning. I mean, there's and like then some of these lawsuits, you know, that had like, okay, for example, Georgia. So Biden's up by about, you know, roughly 13,000. And the lawsuit, though, as of yesterday, the one lawsuit they had in Georgia, the recount's automatic, so that's not even a lawsuit. But the lawsuit they had in Georgia was to throw out, wait for it, 53 ballots. Biden is ahead by 13,000. These lawsuits
are
like they're for like really stupid shit. And then there's another one that, like, you know, you gotta throw out 20 ballots because for this reason, you know, it just doesn't add up.
I don't know what state it was where, you know, the Republicans were complaining about these dead people that got to vote, and the only dead person's ballot that actually got voted was somebody trying to vote for Trump under his dead mother's name.
And even like I said, whether it was Trump or Biden or whatever, like I keep seeing all these memes and people are outraged.
Massive corruption.
You know, all these dead people are voting. We're talking like you can count on one hand how many instances there even are. There's the difference.
The main one I heard was
more,
5,
that's
and only one of those ballots actually came in. There were 5 ballots sent out to 5 dead people.
Yeah.
One of those came in, and it was the Trump guy that was trying to vote for his dead
so
mom.
I actually, you know, the real people suffering here are the poor poll workers who are already overworked and now
death
and they're probably sitting there going like, motherfucker, what? We're recounting from start by hand?
Yeah. This is a volunteer position that they're getting death threats for taking.
And people were showing up, you know, standing on the other side of the window with weapons and stuff, and then they had the nerve to complain that the workers were like covering the windows with, you know, butcher paper or whatever. It's like, you don't just stand there with your fucking gun and just stand over and watch these people. And then they had the one case in court, and I forgot what state it was, but the one case in court that Trump won was that they allowed him to bring more vote observers. And so that's the story that I found. So the court agreed to that and was like, okay, fine, you can bring more people. And I found a really entertaining story about it. It's a really long story, so I don't even know if I'll read the whole thing. But basically, one of them was saying they didn't even know what they were looking for. They had about 20 minutes of quote unquote training, and they really couldn't even tell you like any example of what would be suspicious, or like they had no idea. But all of them had this like huge anticipation that they were like on the verge of the next big thing, and it was gonna like come out to light on their watch. And if only they could get a couple feet closer, it would happen. Like that's what the last part of the story says. Yeah. And so the complaints that some of these people did file, first one was the poll workers weren't as friendly to the Republican observers as they wanted them to be, because it was in Detroit. Okay, now I remember, because they purposely put them in a predominantly black area to make sure there's no cheating there.
It wasn't one of them actually named Karen.
But I'm not getting that part yet. Okay. But so they put them into these areas with mostly majority African American people, and so these like white Republican vote observers thought they were like making some missionary trip to Africa, and like how dare the black people not be totally nice and welcoming to them. Like I think that's what they were expecting. Right. So the complaints were about that, and then another one of them complained that there was a large looking man
Large, intimidating.
Wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirt. So that was one thing that was reported. So these are the types of complaints that they did see. As far as actual voter fraud goes, not a single complaint. And then when the reporters asked them, like, what type of things, are you looking for? And they were like, they didn't know, but they were positive that they were going to be there when they found it.
Well, last I heard, Trump was 0 for 12. I'm sure there should have been several lawsuits today, but I haven't seen the numbers anywhere else. But he's lost 12 lawsuits, and some of them literally laughed out of court.
And like I said, the one that they agreed to was to put more, like I said, Republican observers in areas that were more Democratic. And so I guess I don't even remember if that was a lawsuit or not, or if it's just something that was agreed to or whatever. But that was the only, like, quote unquote victory that you can say that Trump had in any of this. And even then, so he sent a bunch of people over, and they were complaining about Black Lives Matter T-shirts and shit, which has nothing to do with anything. Even somebody who had a swastika T-shirt on, I would be offended and disturbed by that. But what does that have to do with voter cheating anyway? Isn't that what you're for? You're not there to, like, report on people's attire.
And so we've got 12, at least 12 cases filed, and almost every one of them, they say that they offered no evidence. They came and just, offered all this speculation, and to continually launch court cases
day after day
that we're
after
probably
day
paying
after day.
for. I don't know who the fuck's paying for this, but we're paying for the courts. We're paying for the court's time, so ultimately we're paying for that. To continually waste their time. I know that they passed laws against frivolous lawsuits a long time ago.
Aren't they having so much losing that they're getting tired of losing?
Yeah.
Isn't that why
but
shouldn't that
can't
happen?
somebody file the frivolous lawsuit fucking clause on them? I know it's all over the country. It's been for quite some time because of people, usually rich motherfuckers that do this. They try and, just take people to court until they're, they don't have any more energy or resources to go to court. And then they get to win all the time. This is the kind of thing. It's just like trying to wear out the court system by wasting their time. At some point it needs to cost him. Charge him with something. Frivolous fucking
something.
lawsuits.
So this, I'll read a little bit. It's a HuffPost review of 234 pages of affidavits released by the Trump campaign, which White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany was waving around on Fox News Monday night, found only a mix of routine election issues, complaints about lines of sight and social distancing measures, and an environment supposedly hostile to white Republican poll watchers who seemed ready to treat any and all actions by election workers as nefarious criminal activity. The day after the election, Trump supporters gathered at TCF Center in Detroit to chant "Stop the Count" and bang on windows as election workers went about their jobs. There was even a bomb threat against the facility. Because all the ballots weren't yet counted, Republicans falsely believed that Trump had won Michigan. And then parentheses says, Biden now leads in the state by an enormous margin, more than 146,000 votes, which is more than what Trump won it by in 2016, by the way. The mostly white Republican suburbanites who went to watch ballots being counted in Detroit because the Trump campaign had suggested that elections officials in majority black city were engaged in a massive criminal conspiracy to steal the election, didn't find any direct evidence of mass voter fraud. But they did find a lot of, quote, suspicious people who weren't as welcoming as they thought they should have been. A common complaint in the affidavits was that some people in the room were wearing Black Lives Matter masks and shirts. One such complainant was Jacqueline Zaplitny, a Trump supporter who has posted at least one COVID-19 conspiracy theory video on her Facebook page. In an affidavit stating that she was certified as a ballot box inspector and poll challenger, Zaplitny complained that a supervisor motioned for her to stand back when she tried to register a complaint and that she was, quote, able to observe closely for only a couple minutes. An Associated Press photographer snapped a photo of her, Zaplitny, lingering over elections workers, a loose face mask hanging below her nose. The Republican later posted the photo on her Facebook page, which also features a painting of Jesus Christ with his arms resting on Trump's shoulders, numerous debunked right-wing memes, and a lengthy post about the rapture, the Antichrist, and microchips. Can't make this up. Zaplitny says she was asked to leave the area, which she found suspicious. Never mind that she had her mask hanging over her nose. Another thing she found suspicious was a man of intimidating size with a BLM shirt on. So I'm not even going to read the whole thing, and so here, you guys can't see it, but here we could see the picture of her
she's like
leaning over behind some poll worker. I would raise shit if she was doing that to me.
Maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, I would raise shit.
Definitely not social
and it's
distancing.
like literally just hanging over.
Her big fucking nose is hanging out and getting nosy. All the poll workers got masks like that. It's I mean, I'm sorry, your president made this happen.
And she's complaining
this election wouldn't be this complicated if he hadn't fucked up so bad.
Yeah, and she's complaining that she wasn't able to get right up into their faces for hours and stand there. It's like, why, if it's so important, you can't wear your fucking mask correctly?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, and look on top of her head.
Yeah.
Glasses. Is she wearing her necessary prescribed visual enhancement devices? She's hovering over these fucking people. She has glasses on her head. Those look like clear lenses. I'm seeing reflecting right there. Doesn't look like sunglasses to me. Reading glasses or otherwise for the job she's doing and having to get that close. Shouldn't she just pull the glasses down and put them on her, I don't know, her eyes? Y'all can look up that picture.
So she's the one who was complaining about the intimidating-looking man in the BLM T-shirt that was suspicious.
Yes.
And that it was suspicious that they asked her to stand back.
Wasn't it actually this article, though, where there was somebody actually named Karen? That wasn't her, but she's definitely a Karen.
I don't think that was an important part of the story, but would you like me to look for it since you keep asking?
Not really. I'm just, it interests me because it was funny.
So you do want me
but
to
she's a
keep
Karen.
for it?
Not really. Okay. But definitely a Karen.
Yeah. So this is what's going on day in and day out.
Bullshit and bullshit.
They say, and then there's like some star witness who's supposedly like a postal worker who said all this stuff, and then later, like within an hour, recanted everything.
Whoa, wait.
And that was why they said Biden. They took Pennsylvania back because apparently it was somebody in Pennsylvania.
Okay. So that one you just mentioned got more complicated. He recanted his recantment. He says it was coerced out of him by the FBI.
His recantment
I just read that
was coerced?
about 2 hours ago on the toilet. I read that story.
Oh,
and you know how I read that story? It was like the Washington Post or something. Mm-hmm. But Trump posted it. And so I'm going, wait a minute. Trump posted an article from the Washington Post. Okay, I got to click on that. And that was the story. So he recanted his recantment. Or he says that his recantment was coerced.
Did they rough him up?
Yeah, the FBI must have roughed him up.
Wow.
That they're all out to get him. They're all out to get Trump. FBI.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that one conspiracy theory of his is actually true.
Let's see. Oh, okay, this is the main headline now. Dire. 5 states set COVID death records. Okay, we know that. I'm sure Texas is included. Texas just logged their 1 millionth case. We have about 8 million in the country. 240,000 deaths now. Let's see.
That's enough of a reason to finish this shit.
I know.
Biden has a plan. Biden has a team. Looks like they can do the job. Trump declared the virus over and keeps golfing.
And said, aside from declaring it over, he said, we're learning to live with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I don't know.
And Biden said Americans are learning to die with it.
Yeah.
Okay, virtually every state in the union is trending in the wrong direction in the pandemic, setting grim records by the day as Americans prepare to spend a winter battling a virus that thrives indoors. Okay, at least 5 states, Alaska, Missouri, North Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. And by the way, all of those voted are red states, except Wisconsin, which last time was a red state, but this time Biden won it. So, yeah, blue states, my ass. Remember when Trump said, if it wasn't for the blue states, we'd be fine. Right. So these are the 5 states that are setting or have set a record. Alaska, blue, green. Missouri, green. North Dakota, green. I'm sorry. Okay, Alaska, red. Missouri, red. North Dakota, red. Wyoming, I just found out Wyoming is the reddest state in the entire country. So definitely Wyoming. The only one here that's blue is Wisconsin, which it was one of the states that Biden had to win back. So it's technically a swing state. So that's the best they can do. Set records for COVID-19 deaths on Tuesday, according to data compiled by Johns Hopkins University. And at least states, didn't say how many states, look, and at least states, should say how many states, but at least 5 states, Colorado, Illinois, Montana, Ohio, and Wyoming. So that we have 2 out of 5 are blue states, but also surpassed single-day new caseload records on Tuesday. Okay, so Colorado and Illinois, those are blue. Montana, Ohio, Wyoming. Oh God! But either I don't care. I'm just doing that because that's what Trump does it. But Wyoming appeared on both lists. Several other states, such as Pennsylvania, set records for new cases on Monday. The U.S. as a whole also hit a new single-day high on Tuesday, recording more than 136,000 new cases and marking the 7th day in a row where new cases surpassed 100,000. According to the COVID Tracking Project, which is affiliated with The Atlantic, around 62,000 Americans are currently lying in hospital beds fighting off the worst symptoms of COVID-19, which can leave some patients traumatized even after they make a recovery. Hospital beds in some places, particularly in the center of the country, are rapidly becoming scarce resources. These bleak statistics cannot be set aside in light of this week's good vaccine news either. Although ButtHurt announced that the coronavirus vaccine it has been developing is showing very positive signs of success, initial data from the company showed the vaccine provided 90% efficacy. The country is still a long way from widespread vaccination. The U.S. may begin to vaccinate those at most risk of infection, including many healthcare workers, by the end of December, according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top expert on infectious diseases. But the average American without serious pre-existing conditions, the vaccine likely will not be available until April. Doctors are also getting better at treating the virus. And I knew about that because there are fewer deaths. And they're not like there used to be. I read like when somebody, like in the beginning, when somebody would first go in the hospital, they'd like immediately want to put them on a ventilator. Mm-hmm. And now they don't do that because they found out that the ventilator can damage somebody's lungs with COVID. Oh. So they'll do it like as a last resort, but it's not like this automatic thing. So I'm not gonna. This is a really long story, but you guys get. Look at it just keeps going, but you guys get the gist. We're in trouble, and we were really well. I mean, on a personal note, I was excited to like start venturing out, and it's like Sasha needs to go to the dentist for a checkup. I need to go to the dentist. I mean, I was kind of still like, well, okay, maybe, if I wash my hands all the time and have whatever. But with what's going on right now, it's just going to have to wait.
How old is that kid we heard about that died?
5.
5-year-old healthy child.
Yeah.
Died from coronavirus. And it's like, while the numbers may be lower for children, those are the most important numbers.
Yeah.
We have dead children. It's more important than dead adults. In anybody's book that has kids, at least. So it happens, and it probably happens more than we know. It's like I'll never forget. It's like, while we seem to still be getting data on Corona, Trump did that thing where all of the data wasn't being sent to the CDC anymore.
Yeah.
It was sent to the White House. It's like, they're not playing the numbers very well,
no.
but maybe
what we
stuff
do
like
know,
that.
What we do know is that hospitals are at capacity.
Yeah.
And, in Texas, we just saw, like, a couple hours ago, like, really grim scene. Like, there's some parking lot and, like 4 or 5 of those giant freezer trucks.
Yeah.
And it was for bodies.
And then they just order a bunch of more mobile morgues.
Yeah, and that's like at the height of everything last time in April or June. I don't remember exactly what the months were, but when it was really bad in New York, they did that there too.
Yeah.
They talked about these traveling morgues.
So people would rather follow a fantasy, I guess. Trump tells them it's all okay, and even if they see their neighbors and their family dying, it's like still somehow reality doesn't set in.
Yeah. And it just, I don't understand it. I look at this election and, like, even though Trump lost, but he didn't, he still got 70 million votes, though. Yeah. That's the thing that's really disturbing.
72 million to Biden's 77 million.
Okay, so it means that 72 million people want him for president again. That's insane.
We still are heading towards idiocracy. It still may happen.
Yeah, and all the disinformation, and some of it just sounds like completely insane, and it just seems like a lot of otherwise rational people are believing this shit.
Yeah.
And that's what's scary. And I've a lot of people I know are talking about people who they used to, respect are just spewing so much nonsense that, friendships are over. And somebody, I read an article, I forgot who wrote it, but it appeared on my feed. It was just about, it might have been a New York Times story. So just about how, families, like people who, went to each other's weddings and grew up together and swam in somebody's pool their whole life and all this stuff. Like, they're not even speaking.
I know. I don't know of a president who
deal.
Tore families apart like this. I mean, literally at the border, and then figuratively in the whole country. It's like I
have a family member who blocked me over this.
I know. And that's a real common story out there. Mm-hmm. And that's how strongly divided we are. And while Biden gives a hopeful idea of unifying the country, I wish him luck. So it's going to take a lot of work. That's for damn sure. We're more divided than ever, and because it's like we were having to teach our son about this today. It's like this is the only president, maybe since the Civil War. I don't know if anybody actually ever did this, but I don't want to use absolutes to declare half the country as enemy.
Yeah, and we're sitting here, watching the news, and I'm thinking to myself, do I really feel up for teaching long division right now? Yeah. Not really. So we called our son over and just started, telling him what was going on. It was like definitely a lot of information. He was like, "No, stop."
So that's 77 million American citizens are his enemy. Nobody's ever done that. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but.
I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vote or not, but. I don't remember if you have to be a citizen to vo I mean, maybe you do. I really don't
They
remember.
would definitely.
I
be
mean, I got my
about that.
citizenship when I was a kid, so I don't know.
I'm sure that they levy those charges all the time.
Okay.
That, non-American citizens were voting, but you got to be a citizen.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
dear.
and so that's just all we have going on. So I was like, okay, well, this is
You can't stop watching the news even though nothing's
I mean, obviously,
happening,
it's so important that we're just sitting. Like my ass hurts from like sitting on the couch all day. So I was like, well, I don't want to waste the day, so we, did what we could. It's a lot of information, and then I realized later that it was Veterans Day, so we could talk a little bit about that too. But I just wasn't up to long division, man.
Well, and either Trump just happened to do this on Veterans Day, or the news hit the news on Veterans
military
Day.
Votes?
Thousands of military families' votes in Nevada were challenged by the Trump administration. Because they don't live in Nevada. There are military families living around the globe, and they vote from their home state. Can you? Yeah, it took me a while. I had to read like several different times and watch a couple videos before I actually got what the fucking beef was. But it's okay for him
to vote in Florida, even though he doesn't live in Florida.
Yeah. So our military and their families serving abroad.
Let's throw their votes out.
Don't get to vote because they're not living here. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Go send me an email if I'm wrong or something. But that's the best I can wrap my head around what this was. But this, at least the news broke on Veterans Day. And I remember Trump tweeting, where's the missing military ballots, in a place where there were no missing military ballots. But he's trying to have a bunch of missing military ballots over here in Nevada, now that he lost. He didn't care so much about that before. Your client's credibility
why isn't he
waning.
looking for any other missing military ballots in other states?
Yeah.
They're not just all in Nevada.
Yeah. Let's play some.
Just to think that not so long ago was a man who risked his life, who challenged all the lies offered as sacred truth, just to cast a brighter light. The notion that we can live as one in perfect harmony requires common sensibility to teach an intellectual capacity that I believe is in the air, but everywhere is the ultimate act of treason. So few could be aware that their nation's heart is bleeding. But when the violence has begun, we decree the pen more mighty than the gun, while the fools believe is one in this unrepentant age of unreason. Just to think that not so long ago was a man who received the seal. He peddled blatant lies and brought back tyranny to divide his people with zeal. But we can live as one in perfect harmony. It requires common sensibility to teach an intellectual capacity that I believe is in the air, but everywhere is the ultimate act of treason. So few could be aware that their nation's heart is bleeding. But as a child who plays for fun, with his eye up to the barrel of a gun, watching fools believe is one in this unrepentant age of unreason.
little shot about religion on Winter's Edge Radio, because they just always have the perfect song to fit the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got?
I just saw a headline.
Headline!
Piqued my interest. I didn't see it a couple hours ago. Mm-hmm. It's a new thing. Florida's Governor DeSantis, it's Rick DeSantis, Florida's Governor DeSantis wants to allow armed citizens to shoot looters and rioters. A former Miami-Dade prosecutor blasted the bill as a gift to vigilantes.
It's an actual fucking bill? Oh my God.
Yeah. And said it would allow, quote, death to be the punishment for a property crime. Excuse me. All right. So it starts out. It's as if Governor... Did I say Rick? It's Ron. Sorry. It's as if Governor Ron DeSantis is unaware that there's a public health crisis and tropical storm cleanup he could be pouring his time into. The Miami Herald reported Tuesday that Florida's Republican governor has drafted anti-mob legislation that would drastically expand the state's stand your ground law, which currently allows people to use deadly force to defend themselves if they think they're in danger of being killed or seriously harmed by another person, per Fort Myers News Press. Critics blasted the bill as a gift to would-be vigilantes. Former Miami-Dade prosecutor Aubrey Webb told the outlet he worries that language in the drafted legislation is too vague and gives armed citizens the power to kill as they subjectively determine what constitutes criminal mischief. DeSantis' proposal would expand the stand your ground law to property crime and allow the use of force against violent or disorderly assemblies or criminal mischief occurring within 500 feet of a business that is experiencing, quote, interruption or impairment due to this conduct, according to the Herald, which said it contained emails and obtained emails and a copy of the bill draft. The legislation would also make it a third-degree felony to block traffic during a protest, offer immunity to drivers who claim to have unintentionally killed or injured protesters who block traffic, and withhold state funds from local governments that cut law enforcement budgets, the Herald reports. Okay, wait. So they want to offer immunity. Okay, so it's a felony to block traffic during a protest. But if you get hit during the protest, the driver gets immunity. Okay. The language protecting drivers follows a wave of right-wing vehicle ramming attacks against peaceful protesters this summer. It allows for vigilantes to justify their actions. Denise George, a former Miami-Dade County prosecutor who had handled stand your ground cases, told the Herald. It also allows for death to be punishment for a property crime, and that is cruel and unusual punishment. We cannot live in a lawless society where taking life is done so casually and recklessly. The legislation is in response to police brutality protests that surged across Florida and the United States this summer after the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. It also mirrors President Donald Trump's attitude toward the largely peaceful demonstrations. Okay, so it just... DeSantis is a major supporter of Trump's, and the president endorsed DeSantis' run for Florida governor in 2018. A maskless DeSantis was also caught on video high-fiving supporters and then touching his nose at a Trump rally in October during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Why the fuck does he not have it?
Get it.
Quote, it's clear that the Trump beauty pageant is still going on with governors and senators who still want to be next to Trump, Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelbart told the Herald. And the governor is clearly a very good contestant.
Oh,
okay.
God.
So that's that. So they basically want, if somebody's doing whatever, this includes tagging, then some dude can just walk up with a gun and kill this person.
Well, the way I read part of that is if it disrupts your business.
Yeah.
If the protest disrupts your business.
Well, it's not even
you can shoot.
I thought they were talking about protests, like if somebody blocks traffic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, they led into that, but they didn't specify. They specified that if it disrupts your business, and then they led into the traffic thing as kind of a sideline. But there was a specific clause in there that seemed like leave it open. It's like anything that was disrupting somebody's business, they can come out and shoot you for. I'm gonna have to like look at this.
And I guess there are like 5 or 6 people in the Pentagon who either resigned or got fired. And I never
this
really,
is the scary
I
shit
never
right
thought
here.
that he was going to do that. I mean, like you and I have talked about, okay, well, if it's going to require military intervention, how's that going to go down? And so what he's just slowly, quietly doing is replacing all the head guys with men, women who are loyal to him.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like the frog boiling slowly method.
Yeah.
He's not going to like tear his hair out and announce everything that he's going to do, but he's just like, okay, I'm going to replace this guy. And then tomorrow I'm going to replace these other 2, not really say anything, just kind of do it. And that's what's happening right now.
Well, one of my hopes in that is that we train all American troops the lesson of Nuremberg. If you follow an illegal order, no matter who gives it to you, you will be at a tribunal later. And nobody seems to have ever wanted to end up there again, except for a couple of guys that Trump pardoned. We don't have a whole lot of war criminals on the list ever since they did that. But scary times. The general that they put in charge of at some high level of the Pentagon is a psycho from hell.
He called Obama a terrorist leader when Obama was the president.
Yeah, he's
basically a loose
QAnon
cannon.
general. I will hope that the majority of our troops are intelligent enough not to, or intelligent enough to disobey his illegal orders when he gives the orders, because. Like that story I talked to you about earlier, Trump wanting to throw out all those military families' votes in Nevada. Well, it turns out from a lot of stories that I've been reading, the military voted heavily against him all over the country, and I talked about that. I don't know if I talked about that last week. I don't think I learned that last week, but there was this Marine talking about it on TikTok, and he was saying, even before the insults of our troops and calling them suckers,
what about the bounty
and selling them out to the Russians, even before that, he lost the Marines when he fired Mad Dog Mattis. He was apparently a legend in the Marine Corps, and with generals like that, man, they're gods to the Marines. Trump is not their god, but that guy was like one of their gods, and Trump just like, I don't even remember why he fired him. He probably,
I don't remember either.
He probably, said something honorable that offended
Trump.
Trump.
He probably disagreed with him on something, and when it's like,
most likely
if you don't do like the most insane sounding thing that he wants you to do, and you just can't do it, then you're on a shit list forever.
Yeah, probably one of those.
Like even fucking Barr.
Yeah.
I mean, as much of a piece of shit as Barr is, there are a couple times when he didn't do what Trump wanted him to do. Mm-hmm. And Trump was talking about firing him next term, which he doesn't have.
Which is why he pussied up this week and, had to come out and tell his people that, or suggest to his people that they should investigate wrongdoing in the election.
Yep.
Even though there's nothing to investigate. You have to have evidence. You have to have logic, reason, evidence. These things, nothing has these things. None of these cases have these things. Every judge that I've ever read in these things said that they came with speculation and no evidence, and so the case was thrown out. One judge went back and forth, saying hilarious shit. There's probably just like, the whole courtroom was cracking up during that little escapade. Literally laughed the case out of his courtroom. And still we're talking about litigation, and we're talking about all of these conspiracies they have. It's like, it's been over a week. Monday, they were supposed to have all that shit. Monday, they were going to rock the world with all their court cases. It sounds like maybe there was 2, because the numbers before Monday were 0 to 10. Then they were 0 to 12. No victories.
And Monday, I think it was Monday, or no, the 10th. 10th was yesterday. Yesterday was supposed to be the big Supreme Court thing about the Affordable Care Act.
Didn't work out.
That went the way of Tony Bobolinsky. Or in Hunter Biden's laptop. It's in that same trash heap. But like they have all these like I don't know. I'm all talked out.
It seems to me like Giuliani's in charge of the legal team. And I hope so.
I think he is.
I hope so. Just keep it that way. He's such a fucking idiot. I think the Four Seasons thing happened since last show.
Oh, did it?
You want to tell him about that?
The Four Seasons total landscaping. Was that
that had not happened yet.
Okay.
Because that was after the election.
Okay. Nobody has copped to this, so we don't know who did this, but they had a press conference at a place called the Four Seasons. I don't know who they put in charge of like making the booking arrangements or anything, but Trump tweeted that there's going to be a large press conference at the Four Seasons Philadelphia. So then right away, the Four Seasons Hotel tweeted and said, this has nothing to do with the Four Seasons Hotel. This is Four Seasons Total Landscaping, and there's no affiliation between them and the hotel. And so after this all happened, and they were kind of a laughingstock and everything, people like reporters were wondering like, whoever answered the phone at Four Seasons Landscaping, why didn't they tell them that, excuse me, this isn't the hotel, this is Four Seasons. They were like, why did they not say anything? And they called them heroes for not saying anything and stuff. And so what happened was they talked to the employees of the landscaping place, and they just played along with it because they thought it was a prank. They thought it was a setup. They thought somebody was calling and saying, oh, this is the Trump campaign, and we're going to have a big press briefing. And they were like, okay, let me give you our address. That's how I heard about it. So
if
that's
you haven't seen the pictures, it's like this dismal back end of a strip mall.
It's in industrial complex. It's in like the outskirts of town.
In between a dumpster and a fire hydrant.
It's on the outskirts of town. It's next door to an adult bookstore and across the street from a crematorium. And so they said, like, the whole, like, they just totally thought it was a prank. And then all of a sudden, like, people started showing up. And they're like, okay.
Said, all right, we'll run an extension cord out for your PA.
Yeah, totally.
That's about all we have to offer.
Yeah.
We
have a drinking fountain over down there.
Parking lot behind the fucking building.
Yeah, and the story was like next to the fire hydrant, the red fire hydrant, and the yellow hose.
And it was at that press conference that Giuliani was delivered the message
that they called
the race for Biden.
Okay, yeah. So what day was that? A Thursday?
I think it was Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Where he just like lost it and said, "Oh, that's ridiculous. Who called it? Oh, the media." Oh, like the media get to call it?
He goes,
the media.
The media.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the media called it. It's like, who called it in 2016, bro? Yep. Who called it then?
But he's the most loony, unhinged lawyer, and he's just stupid. And it seems like he's leading the team. And I hope he's leading the team.
Movie.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he's leading the team to like just keep going to the court with all this just speculation bullshit and no evidence. Just keep doing it and keep doing it. It's got to be Giuliani, man.
What were you saying about that time when they did have the court? Oh yeah, because this was on Monday, I think you said, or even no, not Sunday, maybe Monday. You were saying They went to the court, and the judge was asking, like, well, do you have any evidence? Or like, you tell
well, they went to the court. It was because of Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. Hey, dogs, knock it off.
They always stop as soon as you say something. Knock it off. Are you guys surprised that you had to stop?
Don't chase the cats.
No kitty.
Don't chase the cat. He's not
kitty.
playing with you. See, it's the cat's fault for running, though, man. I don't want to victim blame, but God damn it. Anyway,
the court case.
Yeah, they were arguing. The lawyer went before the judge and he said there were something sub-zero Republican poll monitors, and the judge said. It was just like really weird words. So the judge just like, he wasn't even going to play. He says, did you have any Republican poll monitors in the poll in question? And then the lawyer went, yeah, we did. And the judge said, so what's your problem? And then the lawyer responded, he said, well, there's other dimensions to the case. And the judge said, what? Height, width, depth, what? Case dismissed. Slammed his gavel. I mean, he sounded really frustrated. I don't know what had led up to that.
The really cool thing would be if they were Trump judges.
Yes. I mean, it was ridiculous. It can't be ridiculous. Logic, reason, evidence. Having all three would be great, but combinations of those without all three can still win your goddamn case. Reason's really important. It's like a lot of the court cases. I forget if we said it on this show or the other show. Or I think we said it. But it's like court cases where Trump campaigns are arguing against like 53 votes.
Yeah,
well, in a place where there's thousands of. Okay, we did say that here.
Show,
yeah, it's just like that. It's like this. It's like not even reasonable.
They have all these cases, and you're like. Okay, so how many dead people voting are you talking about? And they're like 5. And he's up by like 40,000 votes.
The entire reason I have a Twitter account was originally to talk trash to Trump when he'd be tweeting about stuff. And so I keep saying to him, whenever he posts one of these things, I say, look, it's a math thing. This is why you're failing so bad at business.
And that's what
you
they
need to learn math.
CNN, like the magic map guy.
Yeah.
He's always like, it's math. It's math.
There are not enough outstanding ballots to ever put him in power. There are not just enough discrepancies to have any effect on anything. But we're not. We used to be in a world that was operated on logic, reason, and evidence. Yeah. Used to have to test that standard, or pass that standard.
There was something else I was going to say. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
Just try to remember.
Well, it's the same thing, like, because we have a show where we go on video, and it's Monday. It's every day except Wednesday. The reason we don't do it on Wednesday is because we have this show. And so I do the same thing. I'm trying to remember if I already talked about what I'm about to talk about last Wednesday or if I talked about it on the Daily Show.
So that's what I was trying to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I do the same thing.
But then I go, it's like, okay, did I hear a bunch of punk rock before it or after it when I last said that? And then I know.
Yeah. And I forgot I was going to say something too, but I don't remember. Caitlin Collins, we're getting to know the CNN crew.
Yes.
Oh, she put some eyeliner on.
We know him well.
Look at her cat eyes. She never does that.
Well, some of these people, we've been spending like a week with them, and during the couple days of elections.
And let's not forget that we also happen to be on lockdown.
Yeah. But I was certainly hoping to not have to be glued to CNN a week later after the last show.
I know.
At some point, got to turn it off and watch something else because there's no new news. Nothing's happening. Trump's attempting a coup.
I remember I was going to talk about now.
Okay.
Parler. That new, I don't know if you guys how many of you guys have heard of it, but it's Parler. And it's basically a safe space for the Nazis and the white supremacists and stuff. It's like a social media network. I heard, I've never been on it, but apparently the interface is kind of like Twitter. And you know, now anytime you talk about quote unquote free speech, it means something different nowadays. Yeah. Now it means hate speech, and it's kind of a dog whistle for, like, you know, the white supremacists. And, you know, like if you hear somebody saying free speech, it's not what you think it means. That's how they advertise it, though. They're like, you know, free speech, no censorship. You know, they do have apparently some caveat where they won't let you, like, be violent, you know, or I guess you can't threaten people. Like, there's they draw the line at certain places, but they don't care if you're posting something that's factual or not factual. Like, they don't care. And basically, like, I don't know anybody who, you know, shares my political persuasion who's going on Parler. I know a couple people who went just out of curiosity. You know, they started an account. Like,
I know some people went to fuck shit up.
Yeah, just to see, like, what people are saying or whatever. But mostly, you know, the people on there are the crazy people that these, you know, fact checkers are, you know, censoring on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and, like, whatever else. So all these pissed off people, you know, who are tired of being censored, want their free speech, and so they're all congregating. And I just noticed just the other day that Facebook seemed a little less crazy all of a sudden. And that's when I started hearing about Parler. And I guess they've all migrated over there. So we can have a little bit of peace. Yeah. And
if I could find a shit island to send them to, I'd give them their homeland.
There's a little bit of a discrepancy about how you pronounce it, and I looked into it, and the way it's spelled is Parler, which is parler. It's a French word, and it means to speak. And so that's kind of how I was pronouncing it to myself. But I was like, I don't know, because I don't expect these fucking rednecks to, like, pronounce it in the French. So I'm just like, I don't even know how they pronounce it, so I can't really even talk about it because I don't know how to pronounce it. So that's why I researched it. So they pronounce it Parler, and the people who design the app pronounce it Parler, so it doesn't really matter how it's supposed to be pronounced in the French. Like, there's somebody I saw on my feed that was like, this is how you're supposed to pronounce it. And I'm like, no. You know, for any basketball fan, you know the team is called the Boston Celtics. Everybody knows that word is pronounced Celtic, but the team specifically is the Boston Celtics. Like it, don't like it, whatever, they're the Boston Celtics. So it's the same with this. I'm like, it doesn't matter that it's supposed to be pronounced parlay. The people who made it pronounce it Parler.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm going to pronounce it, and that's how you should pronounce it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this really got under my skin, but I talk about it all the time.
I'm very irritated.
I'm so irritated. You know. It's like this person trying to, like, mansplain to me, like, well, it's a French word. I'm like, bitch, sit the fuck down. I know, I bet more French than you do. So just sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up. Anyway.
But, you know, the beauty about the platform, it was so rinky-dink.
Did you go on it?
No. I've learned a lot about it today, though.
Okay.
It's so rinky-dink, and, you know, didn't have many people on it that, you know, it's not a big budget operation.
Okay.
With the security necessary to operate.
Okay.
And the FBI is already up in their grill. They're infiltrated all over that fucker. So, nice job, guys. Nice job.
So I don't think we talked about Parler. We talked
the
about
coup.
the elections. We talked about the coronavirus.
Trump put a special needs general in charge of the Pentagon. So I'm
special needs general?
Yeah, the guy's fucking so psycho that, you know, I would have to use
Ada?
a non-PC word to describe
the guy who said
mental
TATA.
capacity.
So I was calling him
Tata.
General Tata.
Yeah.
But then I talked about him on the news, and it's Tata.
Yeah, Tata rode the short bus, man.
Yeah.
military school.
So yeah, he's putting people in key positions who are like, all he cares about is that they're 100% loyal to him. And we've known this for a long time. Trump would rather hire somebody loyal than somebody competent.
Yeah.
So that's who he's putting in there now. And you and I have talked about this for a long time, like just in the event that he doesn't leave the White House, which, nobody's surprised by this. Like, how, at the end of the day, how do we get him out? And so we're always talking about, well, how it's going to be the military. And I think that's why he's putting these like random people in charge. I think Trump I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think Trump thinks that he can just tell them to order these soldiers to do X, Y, and Z, and they're going to order the soldiers to do X, Y, and Z, and the soldiers are going to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So we're hoping that doesn't happen, and that they have whatever, like their oaths they took or
preserve,
whatever they did.
Protect, and defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's the oath. Mm-hmm. And you can't wrap that around that oath. Not going to happen.
But I think, but that's so funny though, because that's what he thinks. It's like, we know that's not going to happen. It's like this whole thing with the Supreme Court. Like, he is completely open about expecting the Supreme Court to hand him the election.
Yep.
He's fully open about it. And I'm sure, like, if he's stupid enough to think that that's going to happen, then I think he was stupid enough to think that putting all these clowns in the Pentagon positions is going to let him stay in the White House. Yeah. I really think he expects that to happen.
He did not read the 48 Laws of Power.
I don't think he read anything.
Yes. Well, he could have at least gotten the audiobook.
He doesn't have that attention span.
True. Because, one chapter at a time or something. I don't know. Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because he clearly doesn't know how to do his job. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, the coup.
I was just kind of doing a rundown of, like, I don't even know what else there is to talk about. Because we're talking about election stuff and COVID stuff and Supreme Court. That's, what brought this up is they were supposed to have a Supreme Court hearing on the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah.
And of all fucking people, Kavanaugh is, because there's Chief Justice Roberts, which I kind of knew, like, he tends to side with the liberal side when it comes to, like, healthcare and stuff. Like, he has also sided with their side. So he's definitely a conservative, but I kind of trust him more than like Clarence Thomas or anything like that. Yeah. So he's siding more on the, on our side. And then of all people, Kavanaugh's totally siding with him and saying he doesn't see any reason to strike down the Affordable Care Act. Yeah. And so right now, the court is not in our favor. It's 6 conservatives to 3 liberals. But if 2 of the conservatives side with the liberals, that's 5-4. So that's exactly why they're not talking about it. When they fail with stuff, they just shut up about it and move on to the next thing. You know how much they were talking about the Affordable Care Act? I've been dreading this date for weeks.
Yeah. And
like nothing, like a fart that flew by. Like it's totally over now.
Hopefully it's all going to be like a fart that flew by.
Trump's presidency would be like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. A hiccup.
Yeah.
I don't think he's smart enough to mount a coup. The people he's putting in these key positions as military leaders are the bottom of the barrel. So either he's trying to mount a coup in a really dumb way, or he's setting us up to be invaded by Russia. And I probably spread my money equally on each bet because each bet is likely is the other. We're in a very vulnerable position here in America right now. And the people in charge of our defense are the lowest common denominator. Or what did Trevor Noah say back in the day that Trump Google's opposite of when he hires somebody for a job? So the people in charge of our defense are now the opposite of the people that are qualified or should be in charge of our defense.
Because the qualified people are the people you just got rid of this week.
Yeah. And, it's only some of the main countries on the list. The other ones are too small to give a fuck about. Russia, North Korea, and China have not congratulated Biden or recognized his victory.
We don't, nobody expected North Korea.
Because democracy tearing itself apart and proving that it's not a democracy benefit all three of them. While they may agree on a great many things, those three things.
And Mexico also didn't congratulate.
Yeah, and Mexico,
Which I heard, I don't know, it's all just speculative. I'm sure Mexico's happy about it, but somebody was talking to me about how the president, I forget his name, but he just doesn't want to, he just wants to cover his ass for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But then these other countries, first they just brought up like the major European, like, France, plus Canada, the Canadian Prime Minister, France, Germany. Those were just the first three, and there might be like a fourth one. And then, but now there's more. Now it's like New Zealand and Sweden and I forget who else. Oh, and also who else didn't congratulate him was Brazil. But that guy's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, he uses the term fake news in his dictatorship.
Well, his idol is Trump.
Yes.
He's like 100%.
Meanwhile, Boris
Trump.
Johnson.
Yeah.
His idol used to be Trump.
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention the UK. Yeah, that's the other place that congratulated him.
Looking forward to working with Biden.
They keep showing this clip of him. I don't know if he's in Parliament or where he is, but he's talking about to a bunch of people, and he's like really kind of happy and like smiling, and he's like the jolly British man, and talking about how he's looking forward to the Biden administration. And Boris Johnson used to be another Trump surrogate, and his hair even kind of looks like him in a way, and just like I hated him, and he like totally looked up to Trump, and something happened. Like I don't know, I'm not saying he like totally changed, but I noticed he ended up getting COVID a few months ago, and I really feel like he's gotten just a little bit more reasonable since he had COVID. He started taking it a little bit more seriously and stuff, and so I don't know if that's like somehow maybe he had a high fever like you and just was like, Trump's not God. And so maybe it just changed his life for the better or something. Yeah. But I don't see him as much of a foe as I used to.
Yeah. Well, it's like the opposite. He had COVID and took it seriously, and Trump did the opposite. Yeah. And I was kind of hoping that was, at least if he survives it, he'll at least take this shit seriously.
That's what we thought.
I was giving him way too much credit, clearly.
Yeah.
Because now it's all over. Everything's fine.
And he's
Shop
decided.
As usual.
He's decided that he's immune.
Yes.
I haven't heard a single. I hear that a lot of different things. Either you're just not immune, or you're immune for a couple months and then you lose the immunity, or you're not immune at all. Like nobody has ever, I don't know, maybe a long time ago in the beginning, but as far as I remember, nobody's come out and said like, it's not like chicken pox where like, once you have it, you're done and you won't have it again. I've never heard that.
Oh, this is great.
But he's decided that he's immune. Yeah.
Ivanka Trump touts media calling Alaska for Trump as Trump's allies denounced the media calling the entire race for Biden.
Oh, God.
Like Giuliani. Oh, the media gets to decide now. It's like, you don't mind it when the media. I can't believe it took that long to give him Alaska. I guess. Well, happened today.
I was on social media days last week probably and said, just give them Alaska already. Yeah. Like everybody knows.
What the hell are you waiting for?
Like with all of its 3 electoral votes, Alaska always goes red. Yeah. Just give them Alaska. Like, why are we even doing this? So they finally gave it to him today. So apparently Ivanka praised whoever called Alaska. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, of all the states, Alaska.
Yeah. Alaska. All right, let's play some.
Okay.
I must say to honourable members, I adjourn the sitting, grave disorder having broken out.
Did you notice that just recently in London town the flags are waved? But people smiled like the world was right. But now it seems that nothing's changed. My ears are ringing with the promise that they'll right the wrongs, and that they're ever gonna give you democracy. Democracy. You wanna bet? We've been down this path a million times, and yet there seems no hope for us. These times are hard and yet the few do well. The rest can't wallow in the dust. In the dust. And if you're looking for the answers, you won't need crystal ball. They're not taking any chances on democracy. Democracy. Don't tell me revolution changed the thing in France and for a king or two. 'Cause when it's Bastille Day and toxic time bomb ticks in the Pacific blue. Revolution changes nothing, and voting changes even less. 'Cause it's all the time you are wasting on democracy. Democracy. That's not around here. Democracy. Democracy. Democracy.
Video games train the kids for war. I wish you can have fashion stores. Like orders done their job. Prisons filled while the rich still rob. Assassination politics. Violence rules within our nation's midst. Well, ignorance is their power too. You only know what they want you to know. But television cannot lie. Controlling media with smoke screen eyes. Nuclear politicians' picture show. The acting's lousy, but the blind don't know. Open your eyes, see the lights right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lights right in front of you. gonna get you when you're on your own. The silence of conspiracy, slaughter on an altar of apathy. You gotta wake up from your sleep, 'cause we can hear it's up 6 feet deep. Open your eyes, see the lights right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lights right in front of you. Open your eyes, see the lights right in front of you. Open your eyes.
His eyes, they closed, and his last breath spoke. He had seen all to be seen. A life once full, now an empty vase, wilt the blossoms on his early grave. Walk away, me boy, walk away, me boy, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe that golden tear from your mother dear, and raise what's left of the flag for me. Then the rosary beads, counting 1, 2, 3, fell apart as they hit the floor. In our garb of black, we must pay respect to the colour we're born to mourn. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys, by morning we'll be free. Wipe the golden tear from your mother dear, raise what's left of the flag for me. Staggeroo, an angry fist start a wound filled with hatred and remorse, where it pick and scratch till the blood wipe that golden tear from your mother, dear, and raise what's left of the flag for me.
Flogging Molly on Widdershins Radio, and then was it Lord's New Church before that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the hell, if anything, we played before that.
Yeah, I don't know if we played anything before that. But I think I've run out of things to talk about. I'm a one-trick pony.
State Department is blocking Biden from foreign messages.
Oh, God. Okay, so that's... and they did one thing, I wanted to add is their... first of all, I think it was yesterday, Trump's camp is basically telling all the different departments to submit their budget by February. You know, like nothing's happening, so that they're just giving him orders to submit their budget, and they're telling people, like in the different departments, not to congratulate him or not to like acknowledge anything, to just act like Trump won. And so now this is coming across our TV. State Department officials say that the State Department? Agency is preventing President-elect Biden from accessing foreign messages.
Yeah.
Oh my God! This is vile.
Meanwhile, Trump, gave up on the pandemic. Says it didn't happen. Biden's got a plan.
Why
and a
would
team,
we want him to keep
and can't
doing what
start
he's
working
doing?
on it? If you ever voted for Trump, you should jump. I mean, if you still support
health officials warn delayed there's a problem with the delayed transition.
He wants to destroy the country because he's butthurt.
Health officials warn delayed transition from Trump to Biden could triple COVID response as pandemic worsens. Yeah, so then I know how this is playing out. So then they can turn around and say that Biden didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's the whole plan.
That's the game.
Cripple the country and then blame it on Biden.
Pieces, people.
Yep. So I don't know what else.
I don't know what the hell else to say.
I don't know what else.
Sitting here staring at the TV like we've been forever. At some point, well, see, that's breaking news, so I have to watch that now. But at some point, there won't be any more news for the night, hopefully. I can watch something funny. We'll see if that actually happens.
Funny?
Funny.
Like what?
Funny, ha-ha. Or is even something entertaining, I don't know.
Like what?
I have no idea.
Well, we already watched Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
That was good.
Malibu's Most Wanted is always good.
I saw you took the jerk out.
Did I take it? I thought I put it back.
Well, maybe you put it back, but I saw that it was out here.
Office Space that's sitting over there.
Okay.
Yeah, back when our cable was, our internet was tripping one day. So it's like, well, we have all these DVDs and Blu-rays lying around that we never fucking watched. So we had a couple cool movies in there.
And the dog is just throwing himself down, but next to me.
Yeah.
That's all he does. He just has to be touching one of us.
So maybe we're just gonna have to rock the show out. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, a bright sign, a bright spot in the darkness. And looking for that bright side. I found it's like, last week there was a bunch of anti-Trump songs we have in the playlist that I wasn't gonna be able to play again by this week, and they're still as relevant as ever.
But we would have played them anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would have played them anyways. But now they're topical.
Topical.
All right. If we see any breaking news before the end of the show, we'll let you know. But other than that, we're gonna go rock out.
Nostalgia is an excuse for stupidity. I don't believe in golden ages or presidents that put kids in cages. America awaits on
Is this what you call democracy? They're killing us, and you're killing me. Now I know better, now I can see that I don't wanna be in democracy. Now is the time for us to strike. Do we know what we're doing? Have we set things right? They're leading us into World War III, and this is what you call democracy. It's crime for no government, crime to be free, and I don't see freedom in democracy. Democrat, Republican, Libertarian. Do you really care what party you're in? Did you really think you can make it big? Living among these nuclear pigs. If you didn't know, you'll never see. We're too far gone for democracy. Look what it's done to you and me. Democracy is not for me. Democracy is not for me. Democracy is not for me. It's not for me.
My dick cost a late night fee. Yo dick got the HIV. My dick plays on the double feature screen. Yo dick went straight to DVD.
My dick, bigger than a bridge. Yo dick, look like a little kid's. My dick, large like the Chargers, the whole team. Yo shit look like you 14.
My dick, locked in a cage, right? Yo dick, suffer from stage fright. My dick, so hot it's stolen. Yo dick, look like Gary Coleman.
My dick, pink and big. Yo dick, stinks like shit. My dick, got a Caesar do. Yo dick, needs a tweezer, dude.
My dick is like supersized. Yo dick, look like two fries. My dick, more mass than the earth. Yo dick, half staff, it needs work.
My dick, been there and done that. Yo dick, sits there with Duns cap. My dick, VIP. Yo shit, needs ID.
It's time that we let the world know, dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus. It's time that we let the world know, dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus.
My dick need no introduction. Yo dick don't even function.
My dick served a whole luncheon. Yo dick, it look like a munchkin.
My dick, size of a pumpkin. Yo dick, look like Macaulay Culkin.
My dick, good loving. Yo dick, good for nothing.
My dick, bench press 350. Yo dick, couldn't shoplift at Thrifty.
My dick, pretty damn skippy. Yo dick, hungry as a hippie.
My dick, don't fit down the chimney. Yo dick, it's like a kid from the Philippines.
My dick is like a M16. Yo dick, broken vending machine.
My dick, parts the seas. Yo dick, farts and quakes.
My dick, rumble in the jungle. Yo dick, got touched by your uncle.
My dick goes to yoga. Yo dick, fruit roller.
My dick, grade A beef. Yo dick, made a geek.
My dick, sick and dangerous. Yo dick, quick and painless.
My dick, enough said. Yo dick, love spread.
It's time that we let the world know, dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. PS, we got dicks like Jesus. It's time that we let the world know, dude, you gotta let your girl go. DS is the best in the business. P.S. We got dicks like Jesus.
Dicks like Jesus.
Dicks like Jesus.
The time has come to awaken him. I call upon the ancient lords of the underworld to bring forth this beast and awaken, take the land that must be taken. Awaken, devour world, smite, forsaken. Rise up, your thou, the air of sleep. Bring forth from your grave eternally. I command you to rise, 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 I'm the conjurer of demons. I'm the father of your death. I bring forth the ancient evil. I control his every breath. I instigate your misfortune with the birth of killing trolls. I awaken Armageddon, feeding on 1,000 souls. Awaken. 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 Awaken.
Froggy Fresh 2012. Yeah, we back up in this. Y'all already know. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I like your fart on fire with my rounds. You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. I made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you a lot. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. I have 400 cars. I have 400 scars and 400 guitars. I have 400 houses. I have 400 mouses and 400 houses. Bet you I can dance better than you. I bet you don't know 2 plus 2. It's 4, it's 4. Now go and shut the door, cause nobody wants to see your face no more. I'm tough as nails, you're slower than a snail. I beat up every single person in jail. I dare you to try and punch me. My face is so hard you'll say, ouch, you crunched me. I fought 2 lions and 1. And I don't even carry a gun. But I never run. But I never run. But I never run. But I never run. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stacks, I bet you that she calls. Froggy Fresh. I already told you back up in this 2012 to infinity. Get out of here. Peace.